There was news as I was walking out of my local Mexican haunt, and as Kyle Allen, the quarterback for Texas A&M, is no longer Kyle Allen, the quarterback for Texas A&M. It was announced that he is transferring. He has been granted his release from Texas A&M, and this is now becoming a trend for Kevin Sumlin.
This is pretty damning.
Right now, that means that in back-to-back years, you have had 4 to 5 star. I don't remember. I know Kyle Allen was a 5-star. I don't remember what Kenny Hill was.
I believe he was a 4.
He was either he was a high 4.
He was a high 4. He
was very much considered elite. You have had, at the very least, an elite quarterback leave the Texas A&M program under Kevin Sumlin.
Yeah.
And all eyes, we'll get to the Kyler Murray, what it all
Kenny
means
Hill was
for
indeed
A&M.
a 4-star.
He was a 4-star. This is twice in a row. And now you have to start wondering what is going on at Texas A&M. And it's not like they've been getting transcendent quarterback play. It would be one thing, okay?
Well, there was one transcendent quarterback.
There was, which he didn't recruit. Yeah, that guy. That guy, Johnny Manziel. Let's put it this way. If Kyler Murray had come in as a freshman and kind of taken the reins and been Johnny Manziel-esque and just dazzled, and you're like, wow, he is amazing. If Kyle Allen wants to transfer, then you go, you know what?
Yep.
He's too good to be a backup.
What
That's
you gonna
fine.
do?
That's fine.
Good quarterback, but he's not going to win this race.
But that's not the case. A&M right now does not have a guy at quarterback that you say, that's the guy right there. Now, this would presume to be telling us that A&M believes that Kyler Murray is the guy. And who are we to argue? Kyler Murray, of course, one of the most decorated high school football players in Texas high school football history, a absolute monster in high school. But I was not impressed with his limited action as a college player.
He looked like a true freshman.
Now, how much of it, on one hand, there were some things that you go, that's something a freshman does.
Yep.
In 3 years, he's not doing that anymore. But there are other things about the way Kyler Murray plays and Kyler Murray's skill set that are concerning.
Mm-hmm.
First of all is the size thing, okay?
Sure.
That he is small, and he looked tiny out there. Against SEC defenses, he looked tiny.
Bigger than you are.
No, he's not. He's not bigger than I am. I'm 6'1". I've got like 3 inches on him. Anyway. There's that. The other part of it, and this has always been a bit of a question mark for Kyler Murray, his arm strength is not great. His arm strength is okay.
It's okay.
That's how you would classify it. Now, he makes up for that with a lot of other things that he does well. He's remarkably accurate.
And it's a pretty ball.
He is remarkably accurate within about 15 yards. He is, of course, the running ability is amazing. The scrambling ability, the vision,
the moxie,
whatever you want to put on it. But in the SEC and in big-time, big-boy college football, you got to be able to make those throws on a line 20 to 25 yards downfield. And right now, at least in what we've been able to see, he has not been able to do that. And that's a big concern. Now, you look at Kyle Allen, and Kyle Allen was kind of the opposite. Not necessarily the opposite, but he has a Gatling gun attached to his shoulder. He has a rocket. Okay, it is a ludicrous arm strength for him. Now, he didn't always know where it was going. He didn't always make the best decisions, and he was not the runner, obviously, that Kyler Murray is. Right. Although that's like saying that I'm not as pretty as Brad Pitt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this leaves A&M in a weird situation where now they have 2 quarterbacks on campus. They have Kyler Murray, and they have Jake Hubenak. And Kyler Murray, we think, is going to be pretty good. We think. But now all those eggs are in that basket.
Yeah.
And I would be interested in talking to Kyle Allen, probably in a place that was off the record, and figuring out what happened. Because basically this comes down to, in my view, something along the lines of Kevin Sumlin was forced to make a decision and tell them, is it going to be me, Kyle Allen, or is it going to be Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
Who's it going to be? Because one of them was almost certainly going to transfer.
Yeah.
And now they've chosen Kyler Murray. Will that work out? I mean, that remains to be seen. I think if you wanted to go with the more traditional quarterback, you would go with Kyle Allen. If you wanted to go with the more dynamic, higher upside, lower floor quarterback, it's probably Kyler Murray. It's interesting, but I also think that this has got to be a question mark. There have got to be questions about what Kevin Sumlin's doing as far as recruiting quarterbacks is concerned. Because right now, what he's doing is he's taking a quarterback pretty much every year, and that's great. But when they don't work out, and then they leave the program, because, I mean, look, Kyle Allen followed in a lot of ways the same thing Kenny Hill did. He started off hot, he looked great, and then he faded hard once he hit the SEC schedule. Yeah. And I'll wonder aloud, if the book is out on A&M.
Yeah.
Because I think people have figured out how to slow down that offense. Yeah. Because down the stretch, you saw it, and we talked about it on this show a lot, about how the offense didn't look like it used to.
Not at all.
So, I don't know. There are a lot of question marks now around what A&M is doing at the quarterback spot. But Kyler Murray looks like they're pushing the chips in the middle and saying, Kyler Murray's our guy. It's a gamble. It is probably a riskier decision than it would be to keep Kyle Allen, but maybe it works out. I mean, if you look at who is closer to Johnny Manziel, if that's the bar, it's Kyler Murray. But is that a weird game to play? Is that what you want to do? So I don't know. Did it surprise you when that came down last night?
It didn't surprise me. The argument you can make. So we don't know this, but say that it was made clear to the quarterbacks that they were going to go with Kyler going forward. I think the one fair thing you could say from A&M's standpoint is, how many more chances does Kyle Allen need to prove that he's the guy?
Yeah, that's true.
Fair enough.
He had his option.
Whether it's the offensive game plan or Kyle himself, I think at this point you could defend the decision in saying that, okay, he didn't do enough. Yeah. When he's not, he wasn't clearly head and tails above everyone. He was okay. He did good sometimes, but not so much that we feel like we shouldn't just go with the younger guy at this point. Fair enough. The one place I won't go at this point, and I've seen some people go there, is did Johnny Manziel make Kevin Sumlin?
Interesting.
Not fair. Because what he did at Houston, I think, more than proved his worth. Now, if you want, now here's a fun game. If you want to say that maybe Cliff Kingsbury
did Case Keenum make?
Right.
I mean, yeah.
But if you want to say Cliff Kingsbury as a play caller was invaluable to Kevin Sumlin's success, I think you might have a point. Yeah. I think you might have something.
Yeah, I think there's.
I won't go that far, but I think that's an easier case to make than, Manziel made Sumlin. No, Sumlin did some impressive stuff without him.
So. Absolutely.